In the first multi-team trade of the NBA season, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Sacramento Kings, and Chicago Bulls have orchestrated a deal with very different goals and results for each franchise. Here's a breakdown of how each team fared. Cleveland Cavaliers. Grade A. The Cavaliers executed a near-perfect deadline maneuver. They addressed two critical needs: bench scoring and point-of-attack defense, by acquiring guard Dennis Schröder and defensive specialist Keon Ellis. Schröder, despite recent struggles, has a history of thriving in new environments and could become a vital sixth man. Ellis is a proven 3-and-D wing who was inexplicably underutilized in Sacramento. Crucially, Cleveland achieved this while offloading the hefty contract of underperforming forward DeAndre Hunter, shedding significant long-term salary, and potentially moving below the punitive second luxury tax apron. They improved their roster for a playoff push and gained financial flexibility without surrendering a single first-round pick. It's a masterful piece of team building under constraints. Sacramento Kings, Grade D. The Kings' involvement is a head-scratching case of poor asset management. They inexplicably triggered a team option on the cost-controlled Ellis last summer, making him an unrestricted free agent in 2026 and diminishing his trade value. Now, rather than lose him for nothing, they've dealt him and Schröder for DeAndre Hunter. For a team with the league's worst record, poised for a rebuild in a generational draft year, acquiring a 28-year-old veteran on a large contract makes little sense. If Hunter plays well, he hurts their draft lottery odds. If he plays poorly, he becomes an untradeable asset. This continues a recent trend of puzzling decisions by Sacramento's front office, earning them a poor grade for a trade that lacks a coherent long-term vision. Chicago Bulls Grade C+. The Bulls' role was simple and effective. They acted as a salary-matching facilitator, taking on Dario Saric's expiring contract and receiving 2 second-round picks as compensation. This is exactly the kind of low-risk, asset-accumulating move a rebuilding team should make. However, there's an amusing, almost ominous pattern here. This marks the third consecutive year the Bulls and Kings have partnered on a 3-team deal, with previous transactions largely benefiting other, smarter organizations at their expense. While Chicago did fine in this isolated move, their recurring partnership with Sacramento's front office raises eyebrows about what future dealings might bring. In summary, Cleveland was the clear winner, skillfully balancing immediate improvement with future financial health. Sacramento again muddled its future with confusing priorities, while Chicago played its minor part correctly, but remains tied to a dubious trade partner.